So I'm sharing my presentation. Just let me know. Is it visible to you? Okay. Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Some default here. So today we are starting a new topic of your UGC paper number 1, unit number 10, higher education system. So higher education system covers following topics. We'll see one by one. The first one is institutions of higher learning and education in ancient India. Then evolution of higher learning and research in post-independent India. Then Oriental, conventional and non-conventional learning programs in India. Then professional, technical and skill-based education. Then value education and environmental education. And then policies, governance and administration. So let's start with the term what education means, what is there in currently what we call higher education, what we call education, then how it goes from ancient time to the present India. So the first that is flashes on your screen is a quote by Swami Vivekananda that education is manifestation of the perfection already in men. See, you are having so many qualities, so many like powers within yourself. You just have to explore how much you can do in your life, how much you can learn from other environment, your surrounding people, some institutions. So that way, this is a quote given by Swami Vivekananda. Then, according to the Ministry of Human Resource Development, that is Ministry of Education now, higher education is defined in two ways. So, education which is obtained after completing 12 years of schooling and is pursued for a duration of at least 9 months. All right. Or after completing 10 years of schooling, it is pursued for a duration of at least 3 years, which we call diploma. So you can say starting from diploma or some certification course, some PG diplomas may be there, some graduation, post graduation, then MPhil till PhD. All comes under the higher education term. So, higher education provides people with an opportunity to reflect on a critical, it may be social, economical, it may be cultural, even your moral or spiritual issues which a human face or faced by the humanity. So the all it's a broad term, higher education. So it may start from your childhood till your mm, when your life ends. This higher education term will go in the same manner. So there are three principal levels of qualification in higher education,
You go back
which are
to slide one.
okay. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
So higher education actually provides people with an opportunity to reflect on these issues which are faced by humanity from birth till death. So it contributes to the national development through, some specialized knowledge, some skills, and therefore it is considered as a crucial factor for survival. So, being at the apex of, you can say, educational pyramid, it also has a key role in producing teachers for educational system. So, this higher education, you can say, it's a key element in demographic dividend, and also that is, intended to make optimum utilization of human resources, especially at some grown up age group, like from 15 to, you know, till 60 or 70 or 80 years. So, you can say ki, this formal education system uh, is categorized into three parts nowadays, like primary, secondary, or tertiary education, which we call. So basically, you can say this term higher education will be the first is undergraduate level, like leading to after schooling, uh, a bachelor degree. And the second one is postgraduate level, leading to master's degree. Then research level, leading to some PhD or some fellowship, or even postdoctorate also. So this is the categorization by the our government education department. So you can say these some higher education institutes provide diploma courses, or some provide some certification courses which maybe of 1 year or 6 months, or maybe 1.5 years or 2 years. So that also comes in this term. So it may be diploma courses like chartered accountancy, you can say PGDBA, you can say PGDCA, you can say. So, but most of the undergraduate courses take 3 years, except for certain professional courses like engineering or medicine, which takes like 4 years. Medicine takes 5 years, sometimes more than 5 years. So, and postgraduate level, it takes generally 2 years duration, most of the postgraduate level. So, this is the way how the present education system is uh, classified. Now we come to the topic that institutions of higher learning and education in ancient India. So this is a topic which leads us to the Asian period. The education during the Vedic age was a journey from mortality to immortality, you can say, from you chows to the spiritual bliss. Like earlier education system in our ancient time, it is not like the education system which we have nowadays. It is deeper, something more meaning to what we call education is. Spirituality means something which is, beyond this study material or getting degrees or something. It's your the education which leads to the pure, to make yourself pure, to make yourself, detached from the surrounding chaos, you can say. So ancient education system has been very wide in India. So here we intend to cover the basic tenets only. So in ancient times, there were two education systems. The first one is classified, you can say, as a Vedic period or Vedic education, and the other one is Buddhist education. So Vedic system refers to Vedas, The six Vedangs are there, which are named as you maybe studied earlier also, the phonetics, the ritualistic knowledge, the grammar, exegetics, metrics, and astronomy. So these are you should remember these six names, and then there are Upanishads and six darshans also come in it, which are Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, and Mimamsa, and Vedanta. And Puranas are also there. Then Tark Shastra, which based on the logic, was also there. So there were some allied subjects also. And Sanskrit was the medium of instructions in Vedic period. And Vedanga, you can say, was the synonym of all these subjects taken together. So, where it collaborates the performance of sacrifice, correct pronunciation, knowledge of prosody, or you can say the grammar, Jyotishi, or the science of a calendar. So, all these comes in this education. So, first we'll focus on this Vedic education, where you can say the sutras and that Brahmanism was there, and knowledge was passed orally from one generation to another. There was no script, no like particular way to write the things, the sutras. So they just orally transfer from the teacher to the students in ancient times. So education involved the comprehensions of three basic stages, which are Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. So Shravana means the stage of acquiring knowledge of Shrutis, we call, like by listening. Shravana means to listen. So whatever teacher tell, the student has to listen and mug up, and 100 times they learn the same thing, and it becomes in their habit. Then manana, whatever teacher tells in the class, whatever teacher teaches in the class, uh, the pupils or the students have to think, analyze themselves about what they heard, and assimilate the lessons taught by their teacher and make their own interference, make their own thought process, own learning. And third one is Nidhi Dhyasana, means whatever um, they learn from the teacher, they have to apply into their real life. So this is what is called Nididhyasana. So there are three ways. So the main goal of life is actually self-realization, which we call spirituality, spiritualism. Despite all people have different inclinations, like and the preservation and enrichment of that culture, that character, that cultivation of noble ideals were the main aims. So you can say in that way that there was to be a holistic development of the individual by taking care of both inner and outer self. So this knowledge was divided into two broad streams. The first one is Paravidya, and the second one is Aparavidya. So Paravidya means, Para means the highest knowledge, the highest spiritual wisdom, you can say. And Apara is lower one, the lower knowledge, you can say, or the secular, um, sciences or secular thought process. So under Vedic education, this special attention was paid to correct the pronunciation of the words, how you pronounce, how you say a proper word, and so many attention, so many stress will be given to those words, or you can say the sutras, or even the letters. You can say the how they pronounce it. So Indian sages devoted themselves to the study of, you can say, a supra-sensible world and spiritual powers, you can say, and molded their life accordingly. So in that way, this is very much like hard devotion, you can say, and the complete, surrender of their lives towards this field. So pure oral teaching from the, you can say, lips of the teacher was regarded as purely Vedic. And the second method of teaching was Chintana, thinking, Manana, you can say, or the primary subject of education was the mind itself, you can say in that way. So, what are the important uh, things they have to follow? So, under Vedic education, special attention was paid to that pronunciation or even letters, and the pure oral teaching was there, and the method of teaching was chintana, that is the thinking. Now, what are the important aspects of uh, teaching? What are the important, you can say, criteria they have to follow? So, the discipline of brahmacharya, that is celibacy, was compulsory whenever you enter to that gurukul, or you go to that teacher or acharya, then you have to follow these rules or regulations, you can say. And it is one of the sacred duties of the people to serve his preceptor, you can say. So this is must to follow for the students to acquire some higher knowledge. So the society and the state did not interfere much with the curriculum of studies, or regulating the payment of the fees. Whatever teachers say, whatever that sage, or you can say acharya says, you all have to follow, whether the student would be child of a prince, or any soldier or anyone. So this system of education in ancient time was fully like uh, residential, or you can say it is compulsorily residential. You have to stay with your teacher in his own ashram, and you are there only for learning purpose, no other activities, or you have to follow a typical lifestyle, whatever decided by your teacher or guru. So this way, it is like you have to be under strict discipline, and education was free of cost. It is written wrong here. It is free of cost most of the time, and that too we you can say you have to work there as directed by your teacher, and you have to learn through seminars or discussions or debates. No like examination system or particular way to qualify you as given some degrees, nothing like that. So students used to learn through like all whatever the practical, you can say, um, is more much more important. The practical, you can say, to be with all the students. You have to talk, you have to discuss, and you have to think about what is to teaches given to you, and discuss and debates over there, to to place your thoughts before other students, before the teachers, and that way the process goes on. Now, admission of the student was made by some ceremony which they call Upanayan Sanskar. Upnayan Sanskar means you are stepping out from your home, and you are starting a new phase of your life, new start, you can say. So, and that too in the home of, not at your home, in the home of your guru, to whom, from whom you have to learn the things, learn the knowledge. So it is considered as a second birth. So it was called Dvijya. That means twice born, like this, that they call. And this education age, you can say, it may be sometimes 5 years, or in some books it is written at the age of 8 to 12, they entered into the Gurukul ashram. So the ceremony at this age of 5, or at the start, they call it Vidya Aramba, where it includes some learning of starting alphabets, or worshipping their um, you can say Saraswati, or whatever their belief system, or their guru worship. So those idols you have to worship. And then this Upnayana ceremony, between the age of 8 to 12, and then they call then they have to, after that they have to follow that brahmacharya. So you can say there are this type of process goes. And now we come to the word, what does this Veda means? This is all about, earlier we discussed the how they enter and what they have to follow, what are the important um, rules that every student has to follow, what is the proper process. So now the Veda, in Vedic period, they have to basically learn and study, and give their own thought process on this Vedas. So they, you might have learned so many commentaries on different Vedas, and they call the Vedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi. They learn two Vedas, or three Vedas, or four Vedas, because sometimes learning of one Veda takes so many years, and they have to just analyze, they observe, they rethink whatever there is in Veda, because earlier nothing was written, you can say. But after that, some commentaries, when there was a script, some some proper language to narrate, so they started writing. So basically, this Veda means the knowledge, and they are Nitya, means they are a part of their routine. So you can say they are the basic of their life. And broadly, or mainly, there are four Vedas: Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. You might have learned in um, sub, subjects in your second paper. So we'll just look what in very briefly. The first one is Rega Veda. It is supposed to be the earliest work of all, you can say, in ancient time. And earlier it was thought that this human life, comprises mainly of a simple living, plain living, but high thinking. That is the main, you can say, the extract in ancient lifestyle. So earlier they chant Gayatri mantra, that is also found in some of the Vedas, Samaveda and Yajurveda also. So that touches the highest point of knowledge. And and in this Rig Veda, you must remember this thing. This is a collection of 1028 hymns. So it may be asked not in this subject, but in other subject they may be, ask this question. Then Samaveda. Samaveda is a collection of verses, and some of from the Rig Veda also. And again, this is the participation of people in the work of, God or Lord, you can say. Then there is Yajurveda. Yajurveda, again, it is a collection of uh, prose mantras. So through chanting of these hymns on the occasion of um, some yagya or some other occasion of, like in civilian people, they organize some function or some yagya, so they have to pronounce such hymns. So they called hotris. And the fourth Veda is Atharva Veda, and it generally contains the description of various arts and science, karma kanda, you can say. So some ladies also, some women also learn these, Vedas. So do you know the names of those few ladies, scholar ladies, you can say, earlier in Vedic period? Anyone knows the name?
Maitri, Muni, Maitri is the one who learned everything from Rajat, I believe.
Yeah, Maitri, and one is Gargi, I
Ah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah,
As
so
the Yajnavalkya's Shishya and wife also.
yeah, the earlier, matlab, the first one you can say. After that, there may be so many, but okay. So Vedas, you can say broadly they are early Vedic period or the later Vedic. So the period from 1500 uh, to 1000 BCE, when most of this Rig Vedas were composed by some rishis and, munis. And the later Vedic period was supposed to be from 1000 to 600 BCE, when all the remaining Vedas were composed. So,
It was about the scripture, right? Like the written
yes,
text.
written work.
But
Yes.
the usage of Vedas, I mean, it is much ahead,
Yeah.
much before this time, right?
Yes. It is much before, much before. Because when something is written, then only the people,
Can grasp.
the coming generation know, okay, yes, it was there. So, like that, you can see it.
Yeah.
So I think we start with Buddhist education. The second,
Any other important points from the examination point of view for the Vedas and the time periods apart from what you mentioned? Because we were not given an introduction into Vedas and Upanishads in the other classes.
yeah, you had that.
No, no, we did. We were not given that introduction.
Okay, I thought you might have.
This will be covered in Upanishads, right?
Ha, Upanishad, maybe yes.
Yeah, ma'am started off directly with the Upanishads. She didn't start with the Vedas.
Okay, okay, I'll find and let you know.
Yeah,
Once
from the higher education point of view, if there's anything important, yes, you should let us know, ma'am, because there it was not covered.
okay, 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 okay. So orally I can say, but in the slide it's not there.
We can
Um,
make some notes, ma'am, if you are remembering it. If you have it on top of your head, you can just tell it. We can make notes right now.
okay, 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 okay. So just write down, okay. Uh, BCE, like it is the philosophy, Indian philosophy of this period only. The earlier I mentioned this period because before that it was like orally. So you can say BCE 1500 to till 500. This is called the Vedic period, or where the Vedas and Upanishad period, you can say. And BCE 600 to 200 CE. You understand this word, right? CE, BCE?
Yeah, the common era.
Yes, before Common Era and Common Era.
Yeah.
All right. So before Christ and after the death of the Christ. So after the, you can say, the birth of the Christ. So BCE 6.
Before common era is before the birth of Christ, right?
Yes,
That is how it's
yes,
marked.
yes.
And then it is
Common
AD.
Era. Ha. Earlier, then it is AD, which we call CE, Common Era.
Yeah.
The
AD
current,
and CE are the same.
yes, AD and sorry, BC and BCE is same.
Sorry, repeat that once again, ma'am.
What you
BCE and AD are the same. What did you just say?
Yes, CE, that is the Common Era, and ADC, AD, that is in the year of after that we remember this way. Otherwise, AD is some Latin abbreviations, Anno Domini or something. I It's like that only, in the year of Lord, they say. And BC is before Christ, so BC and BCE is same. All right, and CE, earlier we call CE, that is the Common Era, and AD is same, in the year of Lord. That means after this Christ, it is AD.
Um, yeah, AD is after the birth of Christ, right, ma'am?
Ha,
And BCE is before the birth of
before the
Christ.
Christ, ha, when there was no calendar, English calendar. So from 1500 BC to 500, it's a Vedic period. And from BCE 600 to 200 CE, right? Common Era, which is the Common Era, which we from where we are having calendar till it's going on. We are running that. So in that period, the Jaina Dharma, the Buddha, then Bhagavad Gita, Manusmriti, then rise of some orthodox darshans during the epic period, which has come. And 200 CE, It is you can say, the rise of Buddhism, one branch which is Mahayana Sutra period. And then 600 CE, it is Shankaracharya scholastic period, or the Vedanta, rise of Vedanta. And then post 900 CE, it is rise of other Vedantic schools, where the Dvaitavad came into existence. And otherwise, it was Advait only. So the followers will be like that, the education system will be like that. Or in more detail, I'll see and let you know.
Thank you.
So the next education system was Buddhist education. So Buddhist, this post Vedic education was, uh, you know, uh, continued with three types of institutions, which was Gurukul, then Parishads, then Sammelan, which we call Parishads in academies, were there. And Sammelan, some conferences were there, like if more than 2, 3, 4 ashrams, they come together and then they discuss what they learned so far. So there was expansion in their education system. So this Buddhism involved a more liberal approach towards learning, because there were some different type of studies, but uh, Buddha, during the after, you can say, Buddha also never written anything. He generally, whatever, um, you can say, some uh, thing which we know, that he always speaks, and the followers just listen. And after so many years, something was written about what Buddha was, what were his learnings, and what he said to the pupil, the followers. So there was expansion of education, and devotees then established some monasteries, viharas, and later on, many of these monasteries become full-fledged centers of education, and where bhikshus and also ladies also were there, bhikkhunis they call, bhikshunis they call, and common people, some foreigners from other countries, they were also given chance to acquire education. So that way, it was a very flourishing period for the liberal education, which was open to all. You don't have to be, like, you were not to be from a particular uh, group or particular religion. No, it was open to all. So consequently, there's two very renowned, universities, Nalanda and Takshashila, um, came into existence with international importance. So they were managed on the basis of democratic principles. Like thousands of learned teachers were appointed, and there were many teachers If you say the ratio proportion, you can say for each 5 to 6 students, there was a teacher. So that was the ratio between the student and teacher. And during that time, the cultural relations with many Asian countries are mainly due to this educational institutions and their working system that existed uh, hundreds of years back. So that way, this was like uh, this period was. Now, types of teacher, you can say they were called acharyas or upadhyas or charaks, gurus, and shikshaks. So, according to the field, they learn the subjects. Like charakas were some, medicinal way, and shikshaks were the grast one, like they have their family. So the main subjects, um, you can say during the Buddhist period, or you can say the Buddhist system of education were like they call pitakas. So three pitakas, suttas, vinayas, and abhidhamma. So and works of
Repeat
all.
that, ma'am. Repeat that.
Sorry.
Repeat what you said, which is not on the slide. You
Not
mentioned
in the slide.
Pitaka. What is that?
Okay. Uh, the three Pitaks was there. Um, the Suttas, Suttaa, and Vinaya, that is Vinay, and Abhidhamma, that is Abhidhamma. So this three Pitakas works of all 18 school of Buddhism. So the Vedas were also studied for acquiring comparative knowledge. So it is as we call this is a liberal education system. So uh, this educational institutions they call depending upon how they make their principles, who is the teacher, how many years you have to stay, what you have to learn, they call gurukul, they call it parisha, then goshtis, ashrams, vidyapit. So that way it goes, or mathas and viharas.
What's the difference, ma'am, between those? Like,
Uh, Actually, they are established by the different gurus, and they made their own, rules and regulation. Their what qualification does a student has before entering the, ashrams or like that. They have to follow certain rules and regulations. So accordingly, they name it.
can you go back to the previous slide for 1 second?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
that was the previous slide. Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So this is the we learn now some of the main educational institutions during that period during the ancient India. The first name comes is Takshashila. Takshashila was capital of Gandhar kingdom, and which has been described as a first university established across the globe in 7th century BCE. All right, you should remember this specifications of Takshashila. And this university was famous for medical studies, like Panini, the well-known grammarian, then Kautilya, the minister of Chandragupta Maurya, and Charaka, the medical teacher of had been this a part of this institute, or you can say this university. So the minimum age was more than 16 years to enter into this university, but there was no exam system. There was no, degree or diploma given, and there is no caste distinction also during that period.
Go back home.
Okay, yeah. So main thing you should remember, like who were the students. So all those we presently know, they are written some important things to follow the later coming um, people. So these were the students of this university, Takshashila, and there is no particular entrance uh, they have to give, but they have to pick the subject or pick the field as per their interest, and they have to learn whatever it is there. They research it, and they give some input or some research work, you can say, that was there also, and they write about what about their findings, about their thoughts, about their work. So that way, this is most renowned. That's why it gained so much popularity. This is some other students or the craver of education from other countries. They come and studied here in Takshashila. And the main branches were maybe Vedas, depends upon which field you want to work in. uh, it may be Ayurveda, and there are crafts also, music also, military education also, astronomy also, and commerce also. So there were so many fields, so many things at this, under the same roof the students uh, had. The next one is that one again, a very renowned, and you should know about this, the Nalanda University, which it was located near Rajgriha in the province of Bihar now. So it was a Buddhist center of learning from 427 CE to 1197 CE, and it has been known as one of the first great universities recorded in the history. Hyun Sang, which was a Chinese, you know, uh, student, came here in 7th century CE and learned so many things, and wrote so many uh, things about this university. And this was mainly this university, the educational center of international moral comparable in the universalism of its thoughts, and this there were wide range of branches through which the students can explore and study and give their contribution. And you can say it is stated that at one time there were 10,000 monks staying at Nalanda, and of these, more than 1,500 were teachers and the remaining were students. So, see the ratio and proportion of student and teacher, and they are obviously belong to various levels of subjects or attainments. So uh, this is it get progressed a lot during the Gupta dynasty. And you should remember one thing: in the year 2010, Nalanda University was set up in Bihar as a central university with Japan, China, Thailand, Laos, Singapore, Australia by collaborating in various manners. So you should remember this important thing.
What was the student teacher ratio in Nalanda?
It was you can find out 1,500 to 8,500. So how much it comes? 4, 5 student.
10,000 students to 8,500 teachers, man.
No. Opposite.
15,000 teachers to 8,500.
1,500. More than 1,500.
Okay, so 1,500 teachers and
10,000 monks.
students.
10,000 monks, including the teacher and student.
Okay.
हाँ.
Okay, ma'am.
So I think we will stop here. Next university, there are 10, 11 universities. We'll see tomorrow. So I think that much is enough for today. So any doubt or any query you can ask. You asked about educational institutions, right? So they are basically, as I said, it depends ki, what type of teacher. They see teachers are maybe brahmachari, maybe leading a family life, and they are having their own setup. Like in gurukuls, this is the house of the teacher, and who was a settled householder, he was the main lead, and according to his rules and regulations, whatever comes to him for study, whatever he has, so he has to follow his rules and regulation. He has to do some work for guru also apart from studies. And parishads were somewhere, where the students have to settle there, and it is for higher education. And it was originally conducted by the Brahmins. So, like it the parishad consists of maybe 20 Brahmins, and they versed a particular subjects related to philosophy, some law. So depending upon what subjects, what type of teacher, and are the residing schools, or you have to come from your home and learn and then go back to your home. So likewise they are, name, like viharas and mutts, they were generally for the uh, belong to the Buddhist education. So that way they are different. Like Vidyapita, they are educational institutions for spiritual aspects, started by some acharya, like Sri Shankara started some university uh, at some places. So they are like they named accordingly. So I think the doubts was clear.
Yes, ma'am. Kind of.
Anything?
But
So,
if we get a question on this, still we'll be confused, ma'am. Because again, a clear difference
no,
between
I
those
don't
two.
think there are. No, there is so much to ask. This is just a starting phase. Uh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll see if there is some question. I'll see and give you more detail.
Sure, ma'am.